Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Polini and I'm really honoured to be here today for the Hair Raiser Fellowship in support of Beyond Blue. I think it's a really amazing organisation and an event that is seeing us all, anyone that's been affected by someone with mental health, mental illness. I think it's a great organisation helping support people. It's beautiful that we have been able to take our skill set and share it with you guys. You get some education out of it. We're raising much needed funds for an organisation that needs it. So I'm really excited to be here today. We've got the beautiful Rhian here and we're going to be doing a little bit of creative tone work on her hair. I've been very lucky to have her here earlier this morning. We've been lightening her up a little bit, ready to go. We started off with a natural level 7 and we've gone through and just put some natural highlights through there just so that we can see some beautiful pastel tones coming through her hair. I'm going to talk quickly about the inspo that I'm using for this colour palette for today. I've got one of my favourite books here. McQueen's one of my favourite all-time designers. This particular image here, I'm using these beautiful apricots, pinks, violets and blue tones through here. So you're going to see a beautiful intermix of soft, subtle colour through there. This is all about giving minimal colour but really pretty pastel hues today, okay? I'm going to just go through and work on Rhian's sectioning pattern. Now what I want to see happening through here is working on a diagonal and in triangular sections. We're going to be root stretching out through there with a slightly darker dusky pink, and then we're going to see our intermix of different pastel shades coming through there. So I'm just going to work on sectioning her up and then we'll come back and show you that sectioning pattern, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn Rhian around and show you what I've done with the sectioning patterns through here. As you can see down through here, I've taken it on a slight diagonal through here with an internal triangle from the back of the crown. Now this bottom section of hair, we're going to stretch that out with just a smoky pink, and then we're going to fade that out down the bottom through there because our pink is going to be our primary colour through here. In amongst here, we now have a set of triangles working throughout the internal of the hair structure through here. So when we go to colouring that, the regrowth will all be stretched in the pink and we'll be intermixing the other pastel shades through those triangles through there. What that's going to create is when those triangles fall over the hair, you're going to see a difference of colour blending nice and evenly through there so that it's not big stripes or lines coming through the hair. And then the very top triangle, which is taken from both recessions up to the top of the head, that's going to be our pink coming over the whole lot through there. So you just get that colour just shining through underneath. So what I'm going to do first through here is mix up our clear. Now we're going to come in with about 40 grams of clear, and then we're going to start adding in our hypnotic pink, and we've got our volcanic ash. Now the volcanic ash is going into the pink so that it makes it more of a dustier, muted sort of tone of pink. We don't want to see the pink bright and iridescent. We want it to be very dull out through this look, okay? So I'm just going to get mixing that up for you. So the next step we're going to do, we've mixed up our regrowth shade, which has got our volcanic ash, our pink and our clear together. We're now going to create the colour that's going to be the main colour for the ends of Rhian's hair. Now that's still going to be a similar combination through there, but there's going to be a lot more clear into it to pastelise the ends out. Being that the ends have blonde already in there, they're going to absorb the colour a lot better through there. So I'm going to come in with a mixed ratio through here, and I'm going to do 60 grams of clear to just 5 of pink and 4 of ash through there. So as you can see through there, you've got the two different shades. So we've got our regrowth shade through there and we've got our ends colour, okay? So we're going to start with that nape application now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through with our protein complex here and just spray it onto the hair lightly through there. This is just going to help strengthen the hair before we apply the colour through there. Now remembering we're only going to do our regrowth application, so I want to take that regrowth section down to here, and then I want to colour through the ends with the pastel version of the colour. So I'm coming through now and applying that section through there. Now this is just a direct dye semi through here. So we've got a nice even coverage that will happen. I'm just working up away from the hairline through here while I apply that regrowth colour. I'm going to now come in with the lighter shade. I'm going to run that through to the ends directly on here now. So all those blonde highlights that we've gone through and popped in just before, they're going to pick up that pastel pink colour coming through there now. We're just going to comb to make sure that colour's saturated the hair enough through there. Rhian's got a really, really decent head of hair here. It's quite thick, which is nice to work on, and very healthy, which is lovely. We're just working that colour through, making sure that there's no blonde missing through there. As you can see there already coming through, it's a direct dye, so you can already see that pretty pastel shade happening on the hair through there. Okay, so we're just going to take out the next section. I'll just wipe up my gloves and then we'll start working on our next section. When we do this next section, I will then need to use some foil while we're processing, because I'm going to need to start separating the next few shades of colour. So the next colours we've got going into our feature shade through here is we've got our Sublime Green, our Mystic Blue with clear. So we've gone in with 50 grams of clear with 4 grams of blue and 4 grams of green. Now this is going to make a nice teal sort of shade when we're mixing that in the bowl together through there. And this is going to be our nice feature colour that's breaking up that pink hue in there. Okay, so what I've done now is I've gone through and I've mixed up all our feature shades that are going into our triangular sections now. I've got still the same regrowth colour that we're using there, and then I've come in here with our Sublime Green and our Mystic Blue with clear and Volcanic Ash, and then I've gone in with our Ultraviolet, Volcanic Ash and clear, and then I've also used, in this one here, is Atomic Orange, Hypnotic Pink, Volcanic Ash and clear. So that will create like a sort of salmon kind of tone on the hair through there. Now this is where we're going to start using some foil in the hair. As we've done the regrowth, the sections coming in between, we're going to work on the diagonals and add the feature shades to the end so that it will all sit nice on top of each other through there. Through each of the triangular sections, I'm just going on a diagonal through there and applying all 3 of the feature shades through those triangles so there's an even distribution of colour throughout the hair. The foil is just being used just to separate the hair, just so that as we're doing each colour, they're not lapping onto each other through there. The next diagonal, this one will be our violet. I'm just blending it up and over that pink at the regrowth there, just so that you get a nice blend happening. Only time I wouldn't overlap the colour onto the previous regrowth colour is if I was working on the opposite side of the colour wheel. So I would, obviously with our teal colour that we've got going now, our pastel teal, I don't overlap that over it because obviously that would send the hair brown through there. This is where we're just taking the colour straight up to where we finish and working our way down the hair. There we go. At this point, this is what our colour formation's looking at like through here. We've got our pink section underneath, then we've got our salmon and our salmon's coming through here. We've got our violets and violets coming in through here, and our teal in through here. So at the moment we're getting a nice even mix of colour coming through there. So with our 2 triangles that we've got coming in here just on either side of the crown, what we're going to actually do through here is we're going to work in more of that pink tone coming in there because we want to see that pink overlapping over the top. So what we'll do is we'll actually drop out now the teal and the violet, and we'll just come in alternating between the pink and the salmon tone so that we get that nice, because that's our heavy colour through there. Again, we're coming in with our protein complex for strengthening. This also helps to saturate the hair slightly, which just helps the colour to glide on. Now we're going to go through and do our alternate sections through here. Still working the whole time on a diagonal because we want to keep the harmony of the colour flowing in the same direction. Okay, so we're just having a look at it at the moment through here. They've been twisted in, so you've got your pinks and your coral on the like your peachy coral tone on the top through there. You can see underneath there, wrapped in the foils, is your blues and your violets coming in, just as little subtle reflex underneath there. We're going to move on to the side sections now, the two corner triangles through here. This first triangle here above the ear will have an intermix again of the violet, the blue and the coral, whereas the front triangle through there will only have the coral and the pink shade through there. Just going to clean my comb. It's important that you do keep cleaning your equipment in between, so that way you're not building up too much colour in your comb and it's not transferring onto the wrong shade. And we're going to start, our last section of colour underneath here was our teal, so I'm going to come in through here with a coral, and then we're going to come in with a violet and then a teal through here. Now we're going to work on our two front triangles here at the temples. What we're going to do is through there, we're going to alternate a pink, a coral and then a pink again through there, so that we're finishing with all pink around the front. Now I'm just coming to this top section of the hair now, and I'll just undo that and spray our protein complex in. Now while I'm just putting this last application of colour on through here, I thought I'd talk a little bit about the Beyond Blue website. Rhian and I actually went on there and had a bit of a look around before, and when I went through understanding a little bit more about what they do and what the CEO's involvements are and all of the people that work there, we found their values in amongst it all, and I just thought it would be a really cool one to read out to everybody, just so that they could see the similarities of what we believe in the hairdressing industry versus what's going on in the mental health scene out there. So Rhian, do you want to take it away for us?
Yeah, so the first one is collaborate. We work willingly with others to collaborate and share knowledge. The second one is respect. We treat others with respect and dignity and believe diversity is important. The third one is enthusiasm. We are passionate about enjoying life and work. And then excellence. We strive continually for excellence. And then innovation. We encourage innovative ideas and approaches. And lastly, integrity. We act with honesty, integrity and transparency.
So I think it's really, it really sort of hit home reading that, and this is what they stand for as an organisation. It was, I just feel like there's so many aspects there that are talked about within the hairdressing industry constantly, collaborating, integrity, all of this, something that we are all striving to fulfill in our day-to-day jobs and our roles within the community. So I just think it's just been so wonderful seeing the hairdressing community get behind Beyond Blue and helping to raise awareness and much needed funds for a great organisation. So we're just coming up to towards the end of colouring Rhian's hair through here. So we've just got the last bit of colour to apply to those ends through there, and then we're going to just process her for 20 minutes with this. I mean, it is a direct dye, so the fact that the underneath section has had slightly longer, it's not an issue because it's not an oxidative colour. So we're going to allow the top to have its full 20 minutes, and then when we rinse the hair, we've pre-shampooed it when we did the pre-lightening before. So we only need to go through, give it a really good thorough rinse, and then we're going to do an equilibrium treatment on there. And then we will bring her back. We're rinsing in cool water, really important so that colour run doesn't start to happen. But to be honest, we don't really have a problem with the running of the colours within the Nova Semi range. So, but we still like to rinse on cool water just so it doesn't release as much of the colour from on the hair. So she is going to process once we get this on, and then I will bring her back and we will finish her off so you can see the end result. Alrighty, so she's all dried up and finished for you. We've just gone through and done a really rough texture dry through there, wanting to work with her natural texture of her hair. As you can see through there, the colours are all blending seamlessly. Everything's very soft and natural through, well, not natural, but soft and subtle through there. And we've just got a good melt of colour. I'm just going to spin Rhian around and show you just how the back's all sitting through there. So we just get these cute little peekaboos of colour all coming through the hair as we separate it through there. And it's just all going to fade out nice and gently through there. It's giving the hair a beautiful gloss and shine through there. And yeah, she's kind of got her beautiful pastel mix of colour tone through there now. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy all the other sessions today. I want to say a really quick thank you to the man behind the camera there, Z, who's definitely going to edit out all my bloopers that I've done through the day. And beautiful Christina Rodio, who has been many times a finalist for Australian Makeup Artist of the Year. She came past on her way to work this morning and did beautiful Rhian's makeup. So thank you, Rhian, for letting us play on your hair today.
Thank you.
And I hope everybody's learnt something today and takes away a lot from today's sessions and all of the amazing talented hairdressers from around Australia that are educating you on this amazing forum. So thank you and peace out. Be kind to each other. Bye.